You know that feeling when you walk into a really high-end conference room or maybe a serious home theater? You see that crisp, perfect 4K image on the screen, and it just looks effortless.
It's designed to look that way, for sure. But, effortless usually means there's some serious heavy lifting going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. And that's what we're digging into today, this idea of hidden infrastructure. Because the device actually playing the video, a server, a PC, it's usually not right under the screen.
It could be hundreds of feet away in a server rack.
Which is a complete nightmare for a video signal.
Yeah.
And that's the exact problem that our subject for this deep dive solves. We're talking about the Kramer WP-580TXR.
It's a bit of a mouthful of a model number.
It is.
But its mission is really straightforward. How do you get a huge, uncompressed video signal from point A to point B without it just degrading into digital mush?
And without running these thick, super expensive HDMI cables that just, they give up after a certain distance.
They really do. I think a lot of people just assume you can buy a longer cable.
Yeah, why doesn't that work?
Well, physics. A standard HDMI signal just breaks down so fast. After maybe 50 feet, you start getting digital artifacts. We call them sparkles, or, just a black screen.
Okay, so this Kramer device uses a different approach.
Yeah.
HDBaseT technology.
Exactly. Think of it like a translator or a shapeshifter. This wall plate takes your HDMI input and converts everything, video, audio, control signals, into a format that can travel over a standard Ethernet cable.
Wait, like the internet cables we have running through the walls of pretty much every building.
The very same. It's cheaper, it's thinner, easier to pull through walls, and it sends that signal to a compatible receiver, the WP-580RXR, at the other end.
But the real story here is the distance, right?
Oh, absolutely. The range is the headline. I mean, in what they call normal mode, this thing pushes a full 4K video signal up to 130 meters.
130 meters. What is that in feet?
That's about 430 feet.
Wow, for 4K.
And it gets better. If you drop the resolution to 1080p, which is still fantastic, you can use ultra mode, and that goes up to 180 meters.
That's 590 feet. That is almost 2 football fields.
It is. Just try to imagine running a regular HDMI cable that far. It's not just impractical, it's impossible. You'd get nothing at the other end.
Okay, but my immediate concern is quality. If I'm sending my signal that far, am I losing something? Is it getting compressed and ugly?
And that's the magic here. It supports 4K at 60 Hz with 4.2.0 chroma subsampling.
Whoa, okay, hold on. You got to translate 4.2.0 chroma subsampling for us.
Fair enough. Basically, a video signal has two main parts: brightness and color. Our eyes are way more sensitive to changes in brightness than to fine color details.
Okay.
So 4.2.0 is a smart way to compress just the color information a little bit to save bandwidth while keeping all the brightness information perfectly intact. For watching a movie or a presentation, you honestly won't see a difference.
So the image looks just as sharp.
It does. Plus, it supports things like deep color and 3D pass-through, and we haven't even mentioned the audio.
Which is half the battle.
Right. It passes through uncompressed audio channels. We're talking Dolby, True HD, DTS HD. The sound quality is lossless.
Now, let's talk about the physical device. Because if this is going into a high-end boardroom, you can't have some ugly box on the wall.
And you don't. That's why it's a wall plate. It's designed to fit into a standard 2-gang Decora frame, so it looks just like any other outlet. It just blends in.
What about that annoying thing where you plug in your laptop and the screen resolution goes all wonky?
Ah, the handshake problem.
Yes.
It solves that. It has EDID pass-through. EDID is basically the language that your laptop and the display use to introduce themselves. This wall plate lets that conversation happen unimpeded so your laptop knows exactly what resolution to output. No more fiddling.
And it handles the copyright protection stuff, too.
Yes, it's HDCP 2.2 compliant, absolutely critical. Without that, if you tried to play a protected Blu-ray or stream from Netflix, you'd just get a black screen. This makes sure all the security keys line up.
So it's a real workhorse. It's listed right now for about $240. I saw a user review from just a few days ago, actually, from a Jeffrey C.
Oh, yeah. What did he say?
His entire review was one word: excellent.
For infrastructure gear, that's the highest praise you can get.
Short and sweet.
It just means it worked perfectly, and he never had to think about it again. That's the goal.
It really is. So it leaves me with one final thought. We're sitting here amazed that this thing can push 4K almost 600 feet. But 8K is already here.
Yeah.
Data demands are they're exploding. If this is the kind of unsung hero we need for 4K today, what kind of invisible infrastructure are we going to need hidden in our walls 5 years from now?
That is the constant chase, isn't it? The pipe always has to get bigger.
Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.